Hey guys, welcome back to Chico's Garage, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the 2018 Forester XT. This is my sister's car and she's owned it for about a month now. No, not a month, but 6 months now. And it's been a great car. I've only driven it a couple times, but I love driving it. It's really quick. It only weighs 3,600 pounds, so it handles pretty good. So the engine in the Forester XT is the FA20 DIT. It's the exact same engine that's in the new 15 Plus WRX, same engine that was in my old car, and you can tell, like, when driving it, it drives very similar to a WRX, like from a performance wise. This one, according to Subaru, has 250 horsepower and 258 foot-pounds of torque, which is slightly less than the WRX. The WRX has 268 horsepower and I think like 280 foot-pounds of torque, so it's slightly less, but really, like, when driving it, like, besides it being an automatic, which there's power loss there, you can't really tell that big of a difference. This car is basically completely stock. All that it really has is a K&N filter, some just winter wheels and tires, rock blocks, mud flaps, and a nameless axle back exhaust. And the nameless axleback actually sounds really good. And we also debadged the car because from factory there's like 14 different badges and it looks pretty clustered, so we removed those. And the back end on this car actually looks really clean. It's got a nice little spoiler at the top here, and it's got these, I really like these taillights. It reminds me of some of the Subi Speed aftermarket taillights, which look really clean. And this car overall is really just a good looking car, and it's got obviously the Subaru symmetric all-wheel drive system, which is things a tank in the winter. Ow! Don't throw snowballs at me. We're trying to film here in this rando with some homeless-like looking hairs whipping snowballs at us. This car is also equipped with the Subaru EyeSight technology, which basically makes sure you can't crash into anything or like rear end anything. So if it detects like you're on the highway, you're driving, and someone stops quickly and it, like, you don't catch it quick enough, it'll actually brake the car for you. And on the highway it has like the full adaptive cruise control, so if the person in front of you slows down, the car will slow down with you, and you can adjust like how far in front or behind you. And when coming to in the interior, you can see, oh, come on, start up here. It has, these are the adjustments for the adaptive cruise control. So you can select how far ahead or how far back you want to go, and you can also select to shut it off. And it also has on the highway the actually assistive steering, so if it detects you're going out of the lane, it'll actually, for about 30 seconds, it'll keep correcting you and keep you inside the lanes, but you actually can't keep doing it forever, so you do have to keep your hand on the steering wheel a little bit, but it basically is a self-driving car on the highway. As you can see, it has a CVT transmission, which is the only option in this vehicle. I would have really liked to see it in a manual, because I think that would have been, if it, like, it's already a really cool car as is, but if it came in a manual, it would have been a super clean car. This is actually the last year of the Forester XT because it was actually discontinued in 2018. So I think there's talks of bringing it back in 2020 or whenever they release the new WRX and STI. So this is really the last generation of Forester XT. And I think they've been around for a while, and I don't know why they decided to discontinue it because it's a really cool car. Okay, we're gonna give you guys a quick little sound clip. I know the exhaust is aftermarket, but it really does sound quite good. Okay, whenever you're ready. So the Forester XT is a extremely nice car to drive. For like 37 grand, it feels like my mom has an X5 and I actually used to own an X5, and it actually feels just as nice as driving an X5. And it's actually got some power too. And you can really hear the turbo. And it's actually like, I would say it's just as fast as like a base X5, which is like the 3.5i X5. Like, I'd say, like, if they race them side to side, the X5 might take it a little bit top end, but it's definitely really close. And like steering feel wise, if you put it in SI drive mode, like it obviously doesn't handle as good as like a WRX or something, but for an SUV, I guess it's not really an SUV, it's a crossover, but for a crossover it handles really nicely. Like,
and like I honestly think like we still need to do a race, but I think it could keep up with my car. Like,
oh yeah,
no problem.
Like you hit that, like we hit that corner, going pretty good, and it actually felt not bad. There's a cop going the other way. We weren't doing anything illegal. It looks like he's in a hurry. Oh, whatever. But yeah, so the cop got me off topic there. But no, what were we talking about? I think it would easily keep up with like this WRX here. I think like if we ripped him, like it would be very close race. Try to get in front of this cat here. Oh yeah, and if you shut up traction control, you can have some fun with it, like in the snow. We tried to film a little clip here, but obviously it's 6 degrees, so there's not much snow on the road, so we can't really demonstrate its drifting abilities too much. I'll try to demonstrate the adaptive cruise control here when after this red light. So in the cruise control, all you have to do is turn it on, and then it'll just follow the vehicle in front of you. I'll try to turn it up, and you can adapt how closely. Right now I have it the cruise control set at 80, but it's just gonna keep following the car in front of me, and it'll go all the way up to 80, which is, when driving on the highway, is an amazing feature. And it also has the function, I don't know what you call it, like the self-steer function, so it keeps you in the lane. So like, I'll leave it right now, and it probably won't work because there's snow on the ground. Yeah, it doesn't work because there's snow on the ground, but when it's dry and you're on the, especially when you're on the highway, like it'll actually just turn the wheel for you and keep you in the lane, which is an amazing feature, because when you're on the highway, the car basically becomes a completely self-driving car, which is really great. As you can see, for like a, there's like, it looks like a honestly, if you tune this car, which I don't know if you could tune it too much because of the transmission that it has in it, because CVTs technically can't hold that much power, but if you did like the same stuff as you did like a WRX, this would be an insane sleeper car. Because I remember back when I had my WRX and it was stock, there was actually this girl in a Forester XT.
There's a mom.
Yeah, that was lined up next to us, and we both gave it off the light, and it was like, we went up to probably 100, and I only had her by like half a car. So this thing it's a quick car, because the WRX is not a slow car, and if this thing can keep up to it, then you know it's got some power. So I hope you guys like this review of my sister's Forester XT. Hopefully she lets me drive it again, because when she watches this video and seeing how I drive it, she might not be too happy, but that's okay. I'll see you next time on Chico's Garage.